There are only two genders.
Your DNA is going to be the same from when you're born and until you die. And it doesn't matter how you dress yourselves or what hormones you take. I mean, you're either going to be a male or a woman. You have those chromosomes in your body. There are certain things about yourself that are going to stay the same your whole life. And you have to accept those and embrace them, because if you don't embrace them, you're just going to be hating yourself.
I really wanted to be normal. Like that, there's nothing in life I've ever wanted more than to be normal. And
what is that though? Really?
Exactly. That's the problem. That is the problem I run into, is that it doesn't really exist. And every attempt that I've made to try and be more like one gender or the other hasn't really worked. So finally I just got to a place where I was like, well, people may say that there isn't anything in between, but I'm in between, you know? And I feel like the people who really know me and love me, they see that.
It's difficult to think that there could only be two. Like, how would that even be possible when there's, like, on a spectrum of, like, masculinity and femininity? Couldn't you lie anywhere?
Being a male or female have been facts since the beginning of time. I feel like she specifically said that when she started explaining how there's a male and female energy, you obviously can tell that's the only two you can really choose from. There's really no in between. I don't got no problem with if you want to be a female and you're a male, or you want to be a male and you're a female. I don't put that in the kids' faces that they have to make a transition just because you feel like you in the wrong body. You feel me?
Well, it's like the tomboy idea that a girl can feel and have these more masculine. Doesn't mean she's not a girl. There's a spectrum, but there's two definitive parts to the spectrum.
So then would me being born male, biologically male, would you say I'm 100% male?
Well, you made the transition, so you didn't feel like a male.
But you were physically born as a male.
But then would you say I'm 100% female?
I'll be honest and say I feel I use the chromosome, but I would say you are 100% a male.
I wouldn't say that.
That would just be my belief.
You're 100% what you're portraying to me.
And because I'm that,
who am I to decide that for you?
Wouldn't that mean that I am somewhere on this gender spectrum? Not necessarily one or the other, which is the binary?
Scientifically, you are one thing and you'll always be a male, scientifically. You can express yourself however you want to the world, and hopefully the world accepts you for who you want to be and who you are.
See, if a donut say you want to be pizza one day, who am I to get in the way of? As long as the shit's good. Just don't force other pastries to feel like they gotta change their identities because you. As long as people are willing to accept what you think you are, hey, let's have a party. There shouldn't be no antagonizing, making people feel bad for what they were born into, what their parents installed into them as a young age. You can't get mad at them for seeing things from a different light. You gotta be able to roll with the punches and take it for as it is. As long as you happy, nothing else matters.
I'm a parent, I have 2 children, and I am against everything that is going on in the school system right now. In my kid's school, there is a teacher that identifies as a cat and requested a litter box to the school. How come parents are not informed what's going on within their schools, right? They're there 8 hours a day. They basically live at school and visit home. Why is it that as a parent, I don't have a right towards my children anymore?
Anyways, there's a lot of violence against women.
Am I being extra?
There's a lot of
violence against men.
More violence against women.
No, there isn't.
Yes,
No, there isn't.
domestic
Statistically
violence. Do you
speaking,
know how many
men
women
are
have
way
died?
more likely to
Yeah,
be
they're just
shot,
not
to be
speaking
stabbed,
and to commit
be
suicide.
assaulted. You know what women are more likely to be? They're more likely to be S8 and they're more likely to be stalked. And they're only more likely to be S8 if you don't count the prison population.
Men do not speak up about those things because then it makes them feel weak.
Because
they
probably
suppress
suppress
their
emotions. It's other men
Yes.
that are making other men feel like they can't
It's other men?
That's
Yes,
how you said.
Are
It's
they?
toxic masculinity.
No such
Why
thing.
don't men
No such thing.
why
Disavow.
don't men
No, let me shut her ass up for 2 seconds. Men don't open up because females generally don't like that shit. Lightweight men open up to other men about all types of shit all the time when females aren't around. But as soon as a female come in, that's when niggas feel like they gotta hard body, stiffen up. Is we feel like if we show a different side of that, females will look at us a different way, like a weak little bitch in a sense.
Why don't men want to speak up? Because they're afraid of getting judged by other men.
My mom
No,
used
they're
to be.
not.
Yes, they
They're
are.
not.
Yes, they are.
They're afraid of being judged by women.
Exactly.
No,
And her
I would
friends.
never
Yeah.
judge a man if he got assaulted.
If he got assaulted, came back crying to you. Oh my
No,
God.
how is that?
You would never judge
Okay,
him. You wouldn't
I
look at him.
wouldn't judge him.
Women want a man that can ultimately protect them. If we are sitting there crying to you about another man beating our ass, how is that going to make it look for you? Exactly. Panties are going to be dry as fuck.
I've been in that position where I've been assaulted.
I'm so sorry.
I've been in that position. Why would I ever go and turn the tables and be like, you're whatever, you're worthless, you deserve that? Why would I ever do that? I'd be there. I'm a good person.
No.
And for you to make that assumption is fucking terrible.
This is the thing where she's
do not make that
no,
assumption.
again,
about
remember my
me.
thing earlier about how women are depending on my own
have
benevolence to
something
ignore the point?
very
This is
important to
what
say
they
about
do.
that.
Okay? This is what they do.
No, how dare you make that assumption about me? How dare you?
How dare
No.
You deserve a lot more.
Wait,
I'm so sorry that
but
happened.
wait a second. What are
I'm
you
so
what,
sorry.
But
Genuinely,
what are
I'm
you
so sorry.
assuming? You're assuming that I don't care, that I'm saying you don't care about that person?
No,
No,
you just
I'm
said
saying
you're
you would be
No.
unattracted to him
no,
as a man. Yes.
No, I wouldn't. It's, here you go,
Objectively.
making another assumption, sir. Here
Well,
you go, making
so
another assumption.
Basically,
I would never. I would never.
Excuse me, you're interrupting a woman, you sexist.
That's a bad topic. I mean, if you're a feminist, you're a feminist. You just obviously don't realize how much far we've gotten in America.
That's a stupid story. Or how they they frame feminism
You're talking
now.
to a woman right here, okay? Can you stop being sexist,
What if
please?
I'm not a woman?
Huh?
What if I have a penis right now?
Bitch, what?
Then literally you're just
I
I would ask you to get therapy because all of that in between is fine, but when
don't,
you're
but if
when
I
you're
did, that'd be
when
pretty
you
crazy.
are biologically born with a vagina, you're a girl, and when you're born with a
I'm out of here.
You're a
I'm not
male.
gonna sit by here. I'm not gonna sit by here. I'm not gonna sit by here.
Wait,
No, that's fucking transphobic as
wait.
fuck you for that.
Doing her best
Wait,
Kiko.
wait, come on. Wait, what? Wait, what did you say?
This is what I mean when I tell you, don't let other people's opinions affect how you move morally. A motherfucker doesn't have the same point of view as you. Don't look at that as a sign of disrespect. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up and play in them.
Streets.